Hey, this is Craig the Pool Man with Pool Specialist. Today we have a video for you about the stack flue sensor. There's a number of errors. You can get EO1, EO5, and of course one says that the stack flue sensor is open, the other one says the stack flue sensor is shorted. But then you have the other situation that happens, and on the new control panel it would come up with an error and it says stack flue sensor if the heater got shut off by that. And if you have the old control panel, there's a red light on the bottom of it that would be next to the SFS LED, and that way you would know that the stack flue sensor is what caused it to fail. So what causes this? A lot of times what happens is the heat exchanger gets sooted up, and when it gets sooted up it overheats and it trips the stack flue sensor. Now it is possible that the stack flue sensor is sporadic, and you'll be able to see that if it was sporadic in what we're showing you today. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn this on, and then we're going to go to menu, and we're going to go down until we see history. We're going to select that, and you'll see you've got airflow sensor, and then airflow sensor, stack flue sensor. So it rotates between stack flue sensor and airflow sensor. Well, the airflow sensor, as you saw when I first turned it on, comes on and it says, oh, okay, well, it's failed, until the fan kicks in and it actually causes the heater to come back on. So now we're going to go back and we're going to go down to where it says stack flue sensor, and we're going to select that. And you can see that it's climbing rather quickly. We're already at 300 degrees, and when we get to 480 degrees, then that will trip out this heater, because of course the stack flue temperature is too high. So we're 450, 460, 470, and there you go, 480 degrees, and you can see that it says error SFS, which stands for the stack flue sensor. So in this case, because I've already tested everything else, we know that the heat exchanger or the heater core is sooted up, and we're going to do a video on how to change that. But for right now, let's talk about why it could soot up. Well, it could soot up for one of three reasons. One is you have too much water flow through it in the winter time, and then you get a lot of condensation inside of that tank, and then it collects the soot or the dust that comes off of the actual flame. So the ideal flow for this is about 50 gallons a minute. It'll work all the way down to probably about 45 gallons a minute, and you want to try to keep it in that 50 gallon a minute range. That would be number one. Number two is if something is blocking the actual air going into the heater. So let's just say that this heater was installed indoors and they didn't have the proper ventilation. So now you don't get the proper flame because it doesn't have enough air to actually ignite it correctly. And so that will cause it to soot. However, this heater is outside. I have a FlowViz meter on it, and it is always set so that it comes on, that it's set to 50 gallons a minute. And so we don't have a flow issue, and we do not have an air issue or an airflow issue. So we're down at that point to the gas pressure is incorrect. And more than likely the gas pressure is incorrect on what's called the manifold side. Most professionals, when they install these heaters, will check the actual gas regulator, and if the gas regulator gets too high or too low, then the heater actually will not fire. It will lock it out. And you'll have some type of ignition failure associated with that. But if the gas valve is not adjusted properly on the manifold side, then it will cause the flame to either be too rich or too lean, and either one of those is going to cause a problem. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to change this heat exchanger, which is going to be in another video. And then after we change this heat exchanger, we're going to go in and we're going to adjust the gas valve and the manifold side of the gas valve, and we'll show you how to properly do that as well. So that's it for this video. I hope you found this educational. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and follow us. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.